Hello YouTube, M1NDxBEND3R here, bringing you the final video of the evening, and it has come to my attention that the last 3 videos, I believe, I've made, Buzzard, Airmaster, and, Breaker, have all been Decepticons. I have not built an Autobot in a while. So, for fear of being a terrible person, I have brought you not 1, not 3, but 2 Autobots. Maybe even 1.5, because he's little. This is Tuner, Autobot Tuner, and Trigger Lock. They are a pair of Autobot partners who, as you can see, are blue, black, and yeah. Tuner's just his little buddy, and we'll put him off to the side for later. Trigger Lock is the little buddy. We will set Trigger Lock off to the side for later. The main robot is Tuner. And as you can see, Tuner transforms into some form of convertible sports car. And I gotta say, guys, I am really, really happy with how this alt mode turned out. I have tried, in my many, many years of building Lego Transformers, I have tried many, many times to build a Transformer that just turned into an everyday car. Believe it or not, that is a lot harder than it sounds. And finally, after years of trying, I got this guy. I built this guy, and I just cannot be happier with how he looks. I mean, from the blue stripe down the middle, the headlights, the turn signals, he's even got tail lights. Look at those. He just looks better than I could have hoped for. He can fit a minifigure, taking Sergeant Jimmy here. The minifigure sits right in the middle there. And he sits right down where you need him to be. Oh, shoot. You gotta kind of be careful. It's really cramped in there, as open as it looks. The minifigure actually doesn't have that much room. So you gotta get him in there just right, or else he knocks the steering wheel out of place. But there you go. And one of the things I'm really happy with is if you look at it head on, I mean, Jimmy does not stick that far out of the car. He sits like down low where he should. So it does not look out of place. I mean, he looks like right where he should be. So, you know, Sergeant Jimmy, sometimes it can be tiring hanging around transforming dream machines. So sometimes he's just got to get into a sports car, go cruise the Vegas Strip, and pick up beautiful babies. And now he's got a car to do it, you know? I mean, look at him. How you doing? That's what Jimmy does in his spare time. Call him. Call me. Alright. Now, on to transformation. It gets complicated quickly, but it is fun. I enjoy the transformation. So to start, you just take these panels on the back, flip them up, like so. Flip the taillights out, just like so. Put them out 1 notch. And then these 2 side panels fold down. I don't know if you saw that. Down. Like so. And now here's where it gets fun. The windshield here, just kind of wiggle it out of place, and it lifts up. You flip the steering wheel down, and it moves back here. Alright, like so. Next, you split the front in half. And this is going to become the legs. Up a little bit so you can see. Now you bring this bit around on each side. Alright, so they're hanging like that, right? I'm going to bring them around to the front. This will be his front. I'm going to rotate this out like so, and then right up here, I have trouble seeing this. See how it is right now. We're going to position that and then rotate the studs, they're attached by friction, down like that. So the end product is going to be down like that. And that forms 1 leg. Do the same thing on this side. Bring it down, and now you've got his legs. Next, you come up to the top, which is, oh my gosh, it's a little face. It's a frowny face on his undercarriage. I never noticed that before. Oh, it's adorable. Oh, you know what? Screw it. Nope, this is his robot mode. Boom. He's got a big face, big Minecraft face. He looks like a creeper. Alright, enough of that. Now you split this in half. Bring them down. These are going to obviously become the arms. And you can see his little head here. And you bring these out, rotate the arm out, and then it just rotates back to that. And then you take this section here, fold it up. Do the same thing on this side. Bring out the arm, and fold that up. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here we have Autobot Tuner in his robot mode. And setting him back so you can see. He has a lot of joints in his legs, so getting him to stand can be a process. There we go. And there is Tuner in his robot mode, and I love this robot mode. It's a lot more articulated than I thought it was going to be. He's got forward and back, bend at the knee, thigh swivel. He doesn't have an ankle tilt, but he does have this weird hinge because of transformation right here, where his thigh kind of breaks like that. And that actually comes in really handy for posing him. So it's not the most natural looking joint in the world, but it does kind of keep him from having really wide-legged stances. His arms have shoulder articulation, as you can see. He can... just can't see. He can shrug his shoulders if he wants, move his arms forward and back, bend at the elbow, rotate at the bicep, all that good stuff. And his head, same as usual, just up and down. And that is not the end of it. As much as I like his robot mode, you can see in his hands, what you consider his hands, he's got these little pins here. Right in there. See, he's got little Technic pins in there. And that is where this guy, Trigger Lock, comes in. Trigger Lock is a target master. I have another thing I've tried to build for a very long time is a decent target master, and I've never been able to quite nail it until this guy. This guy, I love this guy almost as much as I love Tuner. Strike that. I love this guy as much as I love Tuner, because these two are inseparable now. So, here he is in his robot mode, and he's, for a target master, he's got a fair amount of articulation. He's got the beloved waist swivel, arms move forward and back, in and out, bends at the elbow, and legs forward and back, bends at the knee. So, not as articulated as Tuner by any means necessary, but for what he is, I mean, he's pretty articulate. You can get some decent poses out of him. I mean, I love posing these two together. They're a lot of fun. As you can see, he's got the big Megatron blaster on his arm, and that is obviously for his gun mode, which we'll get to now. So to transform into gun mode, you gotta make sure everything is straight, because everything transforms on the studs. They just rotate on their studs. So, you know, if something's out of place, then they scrape together and knock each other out off the figure, which is bad. So you gotta make sure everything's straightened up like that. Then you start by rotating his waist around. And once that is in place, you can take his face, and that rotates all the way down. See, it catches on things if they're out of place. So you rotate that down. Next, you come back here, and you disconnect that so it angles out like so. Then you go to the blaster on his hand, and you rotate that around like so. Then you bend his both elbows, just like that, and you bring them together over his head. And you tab them together just like that. And last but not least, you just flip up his knees, forming the back of the gun, and and there he is. So there's Trigger Lock in his gun mode, and I love this gun mode. I mean, it looks like a little assault pistol, you know, it's got the little magazine right there. It's even got the, if you look at it from the back, it's even got an iron sight. See that right there, you know? It's even got little crosshairs there. And so that's his gun, and while I'm back here you can see there's the little Technic hole right there, and the Technic pins in his hand. And you put 2 and 2 together, it just plugs right into his hand, like so. And now Tuner has got a little gun to fight off Decepticons, which I just love that look. I mean, it doesn't look too bulky, it doesn't look too small, it's just the perfect sized gun for Tuner, I think. Yeah, that's a good angle right there. I mean, I love that look. I'm sorry to geek out over my own thing, but I just love how that looks. And it's not too heavy. I mean, he has no problem holding it. So, yeah. That's Trigger Lock. Now, transforming Tuner back to his car mode, you start by bringing out his arms and folding them back into each other. Bring out the, fold these bits out to form the fenders. And then you can fold these back in, and you can bring them up. Just like so. And they tab together. Next, you come back here, rotate this hinge back to the way it was, flip up his knee, and it folds back and tabs in like so, forming half the hood of the car. Same thing on this side, fold that in, flip this back into place, and then you slide it back and tab in. Last, and then it's just a matter of bringing the windshield, flipping the steering wheel back, bringing the windshield back into place, folding these back, and flipping up those panels. And there you have Tuner back in his car mode with Trigger Lock. Now, unfortunately, Trigger Lock can't really store on Tuner that well. The best way I've found, or at least the most efficient, is to flip this up, flip this out, and then connect them like that, if they will connect. There we go. And he can carry him around not so subtly like so. Just forget subwoofers, man. When you get a giant Cybertronian sentient piece of weaponry popping out of the back of your car, you win. You win everything. And the other downside to that is it doesn't always disconnect very cleanly. So I don't really do it that often. But if you want weapon storage, that's the best you're going to get. So yeah, like I said, these guys I am just absolutely pleased with. I mean, I honestly couldn't have asked for more out of these guys. They look, in both modes, they look incredible together. I mean, posing them together is so much fun because they just look great. In robot mode and in vehicle mode, they look, I just love how they look. If you can't tell by my lack of coherent speech. So, before I use more big words and embarrass myself, guys, this has been Mindbender. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you really like the video, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.